Welcome to the Fleet Geeks Podcast. We're here to help develop fleet and transport professionals. Do you want to progress and develop your skills and knowledge? We promise to bring lively conversation and debate around interesting issues and keep you bang up to date with changes in our awesome industry. The Fleet Geeks are a community of professionals, and if you enjoy the podcast, why not join the discussion for free in the Fleet Geek community over on Facebook?
Cool, so we're a geek short today. We're a bit short of Mike, the training guy today. He is off. He's having a day in lieu because he's been CPC training at the weekends on a Saturday, and it's Monday. And Jamie and I are here recording instead. So Jamie, how are we doing, mate? All right?
Not too bad, yeah. Mike's picked a good day for it, isn't he? It's lovely out there.
Fair, isn't it? Yeah, he has. And it's so it's the Monday following Mother's Day, and the clock's springing forward, so it was a bit odd this morning getting up and it was dark again in the morning on my way to the gym, but obviously we're going to get a nice long evening tonight, so looking forward to that.
I prefer it this way around, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait for spring. Starting to see a little bit of blossom on the trees and stuff like that. It's brilliant, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Okay, mate, so today's podcast we're going to be talking about third-party trailers. Now, I know you've got quite a bit of experience with this, Jay, following a public inquiry recently with one of our clients. So are you able to, just for the listeners, talk through a little bit around best practice for third-party trailers? Because I think that's going to be the name of the podcast, I think. So, yeah, talk us through the best practice and what you've sort of found as part of that public inquiry.
So the first thing we found is it can be quite difficult, and the guide to maintaining roadworthiness, that actually states it can be quite problematic for traction-only operators. So referring to the guide to maintaining roadworthiness, obviously that's one document that can help you with the compliance for the third-party trailers, and there's also the IRTE, Institute for Road Transport Engineers. They've got a document out there as well, which is referred to actually in the guide to maintaining roadworthiness. But yeah, essentially.
And what's in obviously the guide to maintaining roadworthiness, all transport managers should be looking at that.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I suppose the third party trailer operators, they should be looking at the second document. What sort of stuff's in that, mate? What is there?
Yeah, so there's lots of legislation, or not legislation, but lots of best practice in there. But the things really that a traction only operator should be doing is making sure they know when the last PMI, MOT and brake test was taken.
Okay.
And that can be done through various ways as well. That can be done via a sticker on the trailer itself, access to an electronic portal from the operator, from the trailer owner, or obviously getting the documents. Okay. The issue is sometimes you don't know what trailer you're picking up until you get there, till you get to the distribution centre, and that can be a problem, because then if you're requesting documents, that can then take time to get the document before the trailer can leave the yard. So in the instance what we've just spoke about, we've with the operator we've gone with stickers.
Okay.
So and then the drivers put that on their walk around check up.
Yeah.
And then we're doing a bit of a audit on the drivers. We're requesting the documents still, although they're coming after the trailer's taken. We can see that what the drivers put and what was on the sticker is correct, because it matches up. Similarly, if we can't get those dates, we ask the drivers not to take the trailer, and they'll swap the trailer just to make sure 100% compliant. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. So. Interesting thing, and it looks like the traffic commissioner's clamping down on this stuff for traction only operators.
Yeah, for a little while he's been really onto it. Yeah,
it seems like I'm reading quite regularly in the applications and decisions section of Commercial Motor and outcomes of PIs. There's certainly a few things, and I think it's coming up as part of the traffic commissioner's briefings that they're really focusing on this for traction only operators, because a lot of these people will have been self-employed drivers that are affected by IR35. They've recently started up.
Hi, it's Pete from Flagship Partners. We're really proud to sponsor a Half Dozen Things podcast. At Flagship Partners, we take road safety really seriously, and we're your road safety partnership. We help transport companies with compliance and training across their businesses, including first aid, driver CPC, and other transport management services. So if you're FORS accredited or you want to improve your operator compliance risk score, give Flagship Partners a call today.
Ultimately, it's normally the bigger operators, isn't it, that they're taking trailers from. And the thing is to share maintenance information is a laborious, time-consuming task, and therefore the engaging operator who's trailers they belong to, it's a pain in the arse for them, basically.
It's funny you should say that. We during getting this operator that I was working with for the PI right, we spoke to another operator that does the same work.
Yeah.
And they'd employed somebody else just to get that information. Quite a big cost to the business.
Yeah,
So,
just someone employed to get third-party trailer information. Yeah. That's a big gig, big investment, isn't it? Particularly for small operators, yeah. Okay, cool. So you've got sort of 3 choices then. One is to get the paperwork.
Yep.
One is to get a sticker on the trailer.
Yeah.
And that sticker will show you what the most recent PMI and the MOT due date, will it?
Yeah, and also brake test as well, last brake test.
Ah, okay. Yeah. But it won't necessarily tell you that it passed or anything, though. That's
that is the thing. It's the best practice would be to get the documents themselves so you can have a look through. Another thing to mention, they must fall within your schedule as well, in your maintenance schedule.
Yeah, okay. So what you mean by that is
frequency, sorry.
Yeah, got you. So if you're an operator and you've got a 10 weekly... Sorry, let's go the other way around. You're on a 6 weekly O licence inspection schedule, and these trailers are on an 8 or a 10 O licence inspection schedule. Yeah. So, there's potentially a problem there.
There's potentially a problem there, you need to make sure. Yeah. And the guide to maintaining roadworthiness does quite clearly state you must work with the trailer owner to make sure these things are right. Mm-hmm. The issue is a lot of the trailer owners are not governed by operators' licence rules, perhaps, so it's going to be difficult to be perfectly honest.
Got you. Okay, cool. So I guess the key takeaways for people listening, and to keep it, we've just rolling into sort of 6 minutes now. We had a bit of waffle at the beginning, didn't we, whilst we were catching up? But so just keep this short and sharp. If you're running third-party trailers, the best thing to do is to get some advice. Read the guidance. Yeah,
definitely read the guidance. There's so much guidance. We could talk for a good hour on it, but yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Document the meetings with the third party trailer owner. Hold them to account about getting the details. Push them for them because they're going to be difficult in coming forward. Yeah,
it can be. Yeah.
And ultimately, it's your operator's license that you're having to look after. Yeah, and the risk is a public inquiry, right? It
is. Not only that, road safety as well. You want to know if you're pulling that trailer, that trailer's safe, that trailer's been inspected.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's got a current
absolutely.
MOT.
And based on my experience as well, some of the bigger operators aren't too clever on their management of trailers anyway.
No.
Losing assets, not having assets serviced in time, them running out of MOT. I've seen it loads. Just because they're big operators doesn't mean that their compliance is right. So you're potentially dealing with quite a hot potato.
Yeah, definitely. Funny enough you should say that, and we'll finish in a bit. But I spoke to about 2 years ago. I spoke to someone that worked for a massive organisation, and he said they'd want a trailer for MOT, and they'd have to literally notify every gatehouse to look out for it because they didn't know where it was.
Wow.
And they needed it back. So yeah, you're right. It could be a potential hot potato.
There you go. Exactly. So don't just trust your work providers. Don't just trust those trailer operators or the trailer owners. Don't trust them. You've got to do your own due diligence. You've got to make sure that those services are right. Otherwise, potentially you could be taking a trailer that's got an issue and you could be getting yourself into hot water too.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Jay. If anyone wants any more information, I recommend getting in touch with Jamie on LinkedIn. Like I say, he's had some quite relevant experience recently at a public inquiry regarding this, so he's an expert on the field. Thank you very much. Cheers.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please share with your friends and colleagues too. Join us for free on Facebook with the Fleet Geeks community for transport and fleet managers. Fleet Geeks offers ongoing professional development, networking and mentoring too. So get in touch with me, Pete Rushmer, on any social media platform to find out more.